All right, so let's get into our home games. If you missed our reactions to the previous games, make sure to check out our last video. But for now, let's jump right into the Rams defeating the Seattle Seahawks, 17-16. So take it away, Bryson.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys caught that game as much as I did. Um, Obviously, I watched the whole game, and definitely was a roller coaster of emotions. Another one of those games where we started off slow, and then kind of after the second half, kind of figured things out. Definitely um, played a lot better than the first half. And yeah, I mean, I feel like we really could have easily lost this one. Not even excluding the field goal miss. I don't know if you guys saw, but Mayer missed the field goal to win the game. Um, but before that, I mean, there were definitely. I thought we could have won the game, and then there was like moments where we definitely almost blew it. Um, but yeah, it wasn't a great game. Definitely a really dirty, hard fought, close game. One of those divisional matchups. We complete the sweep on the Seahawks, and I don't know. I felt good coming into it. Just with our track record against the Seahawks, we somehow just find ways to win against them, even when we're not expected to. Um, and not a great day offensively or defensively. Neither team really got anything crazy going. They definitely had a lot of momentum going into the half, but Cooper Cup got hurt again. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious. He just kind of got stepped on the back of his ankle. Looked like he was gearing up, getting ready to go, was warming up on the sideline. And, I thought maybe he was going to come back in just the way he was kind of doing some sprints, jogging, and just kind of high knees, warming up the leg. But they ruled him out, kept him out. Hopefully, it's nothing serious. And it was just, let's not risk another worse injury sending you back in. And maybe there was a little expectations of not making a comeback at one point. But even when we did, there wasn't like any talk of him coming in to finish the game with it being that close. But Puka Nacua definitely had a slow start, but stepped up once Cup was out, had a touchdown, and then had some big catches on that last drive. I didn't like the play calling at the goal line for our last offensive drive. Kind of was not the smartest decisions, in my opinion. Threw a pass on second down, incomplete, and basically gave the Seahawks a free timeout. And Seahawks, we basically handed them the opportunity to win the game. I really thought we should have definitely made some more plays in the end zone to make them forced to have to score a touchdown. And luckily, they missed a field goal at the end. I will say, I think I saw something, and it kind of was funny to me that somebody posted that somebody made a call to Vegas, or Vegas made a call to get them to replay that completion on third, or was it second down, to stop the clock for the Seahawks on their last drive. Because I
Yeah.
mean, I didn't think it was an incompletion. I don't know why they needed to replay it and review it and essentially give the Seahawks free timeout. But yeah, definitely shouldn't have been as close both ways. I think the Seahawks had the opportunity to win the game a few times. I think we got bailed out by the fact that Geno got kind of injured and had to sit out a few drives, and Drew Lock was in. Drew Lock threw a pick, gave us the ball back to lead that drive to our field goal that put us up. And Geno did come back in for the last drive, led them into field goal range, and Mayer just missed it. So kind of got bailed out by that at the end. But I'll take it. A win's a win at the end of the day. So
Yeah, great win from the Rams. You guys swept them on the year, so I know normally, like you said, you guys normally you guys always play well against them, even when they had their great season with the Legion of Boom. So I think you guys just have their numbers. I would say maybe next time I won't pick against you guys.
yeah, there's something about the Seahawks where you just somehow find a way.
Yeah, I think I just always give the Seahawks too much credit on offense. Because every time I think they're like, oh, they have all these weapons, they should do well. They just never do. Um, but yeah, no, I think it was just a tale of injuries in this game. A large part of it. I mean, like you said, Geno Smith went out, Drew Lock came in, and even the starting running back Kenneth Walker's out. I mean,
Yeah,
they
that's
kind of
true.
already been mixing in Zach Charbonnet, but looks like he's going to get a larger load going forward. I think it was oblique, so we'll see
Yeah,
how long
oblique.
he's out for. And then Cooper Cup missing some time, that's a huge blow, but Puka Nacua stepped up, had himself a pretty big day. 'Cause I believe they weren't doing anything prior to the injury, either of them, and then
Yeah,
once the injury happened, Nacua kind of caught the touchdown, and the game was 70 yards, pretty good for, I mean, good enough to win you a game. Yeah, can't say much else. Rams did just enough to get the field goal kicker right out of his range, kind of a long one for him. I think it was tied for his longest one in his
yeah, I
career,
think so.
so
He'd hit a 54. It was 55, and then he'd hit a 54 earlier, and then a 52 as well in that game. So he hit a 54 and a 52. Missed 55. So, I mean, at least in terms of watching the game, where they put the field goal line on the field, uh, they were within his, career range. So, yeah, definitely
yeah.
got lucky.
I mean, like, yeah. I mean, we've always said football's always described as a game of inches, and I mean that kick was not far off, in my opinion. I don't believe, unless it was short.
It was
Kind of
it wasn't short,
had a
but
weird
he
angle
he
on it when it
shanked
was
it pretty
coming.
hard right, and it like so he
Mm,
shanked it hard right, but it started to kind of creep back in, but I think it was about a good yard or two off.
okay. Well, yeah. Defense did enough. Good win. Good sweep. Always love to get a sweep on a divisional opponent.
Yeah, Puka Nakua's over there right at the end of the game when Sean McVay's running to the center of the field. He just like hugged him from the back. I was like, I love to see that. The rookie's all happy and Sean McVay is all serious.
That was funny. Yeah, no, you should
But
see me watching that game. I was sitting with my wife and we were watching that field goal. Oh man, I was like, well, I was just like, oh, it's over, it's done. And then I watched it. I was like, oh my gosh.
I want to get a Bryson reaction, like end of game reaction. I want to see
I
this.
should have had it record me and then we could have put it on Instagram, but that'd have been funny. Next time if it's a close game like that, we should do that. Get somebody to like record our reactions to like ends of games like that. So if Chiefs Eagles is a close game, you gotta get somebody to get your reaction to it.
All right,
I
all
would
right.
have loved to see Braden's reaction to the end of his game.
If we couldn't post it, it would not be safe for work.
Oh man,
That's even more reason to post it. It'd be perfect.
I
Should we
guess as
just
a
jump into it at this point?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
a
it's a good
segue into it
transition.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah, Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers 13-10. All yours, Braden.
Sorry, I'll give credit where credit is due. Good game by Kevin Stefanski. I felt like it was kind of a coaching battle. I mean, both our offense struggled this whole game. Never got him anything. Don't even know the quarterback's name for the Browns still. Something
Dorian
Dorian
Thompson.
Thompson
Thompson
Robinson.
Robinson,
I'm just gonna call him
the
Robinson.
goat.
Had a decent day. Um, did score a touchdown. I think they rushed it in though. It was mostly the ground game. I mean, I said we were down two middle linebackers. We have our second starter in there, and then we're down two safeties, Minka Fitzpatrick and Keanu Neal. And this year we've been playing Minka kind of been more of like a stop the run, more to stop the run. So you could definitely see where we were kind of getting gashed, at least in the first half of the game, and we just had to sell out on stopping the run. just didn't get to do that. And they're just throwing it short. So, I mean, quick passes out of the gate. EJ Watt and um,
Highsmith.
Highsmith. Yeah. Highsmith didn't have much time to get to the quarterback. I mean, we saw they didn't have too many pressures. TJ Watt luckily ended with the game with 1 sack. I didn't feel like it was the most important sack. It was on a second down. It was like 2, 3 yards. Wasn't the biggest play of the game. I'll give it to Miles Garrett. He had the better game, 2 sacks, especially the one in the beginning. Hate to say it, probably should have been a safety. Kenny was kind of already in there, but we'll take it where we take it. And then offensively, only bright spot I can say is Jalen Warren. Just you guys were saying
Yeah.
you want him as a starter. Got the starter looks. Looked really great. Wasn't too surprised about that. I like Jalen Warren. I still kind of like them in the tandem with Najee. I didn't think Najee had the greatest day, but didn't think it was bad by any means. But yeah, Warren just looks like the greater runner, and Kenny Pickett just. I was hoping he would do his fourth quarter magic like usual. They're showing he's, I think, tied for second on game-winning drives for the last 2 years. So I was kind of hoping to see that, and just never got anything going. I don't know if it's play calling or what. Just I feel like I need to see more shots down the field. A lot of them were kind of just bad communication or just off the mark. So we have Pickens, we have Deontay, we have Freiermuth back. I was expecting to see a little bit more movement in the air. And yeah, wish our defense made adjustments earlier to start sitting on routes because Browns weren't throwing it deep on us either. And once we figured that out, they really didn't get anything going in the second half until that final drive. Yeah, fortunately they made it out.
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of this game. I did see obviously the Jalen Warren touchdown, so bits and pieces there, but I think yeah, just a great win from the Browns, having to start their rookie quarterback, and I say everybody just stepped up, defense and running backs. I would say, or offensive line, running game, whatever you want to, however you want to label it, but everybody else stepped up around him just to carry the load. So good win for them. Just yeah, I get it that division game. It sucks to drop it to the Browns. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely tough. I mean, realistically, if not for that Jalen Warren touchdown, this could have been a 10-3, 13-3 game. Who knows? I mean, I definitely expected the Steelers to score, but just the way that game was going, I mean, who knows if not for that touchdown, how much they would be in that game. But yeah, I mean, like I've continued to say the last few weeks, definitely think Jalen Warren should be the bona fide starter. Um, it just he just seems to consistently every game kind of outperform Najee. Um, I definitely don't think Najee's a bad running back, and I don't know. I feel like if you compare Najee and Warren, I feel like on paper Najee is the better running back, just in terms of like what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
Physical attributes.
well, not only that, but like just potential. I guess that's the word, potential. Or at least I would assume the potential to be higher. But I don't know. I just every game, Jalen Warren just seems to outperform him. So, I mean, maybe the Steelers are comfortable with that, where Najee kind of they split the backfield maybe and just hope that one of them goes off. But really, it's I mean to me it's just been Warren. I mean I got to look at Najee's stats and what exactly he's done in each game, but I just feel like he hasn't really had one of those massive games like Warren has had multiple times. Um, so yeah, just really kind of non-existent in the passing game. Didn't really get much going. Both teams really, but I think it was just a game of who played worse, and I think it was just the Steelers this game. And like you said, yeah, Browns defense stepped up, and props to Robinson leading the drive to the field goal. And yeah, kind of just a tough loss for the Steelers, especially after kind of rolling pretty hot into this game after their last two, especially defensively. They look really good in their last two, at least on game winning potential game winning drives. They were shutting out teams. This one, although they were playing from a tie and not playing from up, so obviously the Browns didn't need to score a touchdown, just need a field goal. And yeah, just a tough one. Hopefully, I mean, I don't hate Kenny Pickett. I always thought he was one of the better ones from that draft. I mean, I still think he's probably one of the better QBs. Obviously, Brock Purdy has been playing out of his mind lately and just kind of has become the best QB out of that draft. But I think on paper, like skill and potential, I think Pickett's still right up there with him. And hopefully we'll see it. Definitely need to see some incorporation of Pickett because I like we've said over and over again this year, it's a QB's league. Games are won off of QB play. So until they find a way to get Pickett leading the stat sheet and not just, I mean, you can win games strictly winning or running the ball on the ground, but not in these close games like that. You got to be able to throw the ball.
I'll just say one more thing. I still believe in Kenny Pickett. I think he still played great. I mean, not today, but I think he's been having a decent season. Still hasn't thrown over turnover the last few games, which I mean is huge for a team that's winning the turnover battle every game. Didn't make good reads. Didn't make the greatest throws today. I mean, we've talked about all season Cleveland having one of the best defenses in the league, and I just felt like our line looked good in the run blocking, but pass blocking was not giving Kenny much time, kind of was scrambling a lot of the times from the get-go, but I won't excuse his play. I thought he should have played better, but I still have optimism for this team and Kenny going forward.
I mean, I still think you guys are gonna make the playoffs. Maybe the Browns too. We'll see, but definitely you guys still have a great chance of going, especially with all these injuries happening. So yeah, I mean, I can definitely see Kenny Pickett improving. The further we get into the season, and who knows, maybe going past this year, next season, you guys might have a new OC. So you might be able to see his untapped potential.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, so the Bengals go 1-1 on the week. Eagles Chiefs is tomorrow on the Monday Night Football, so we'll see how we do on the week. And next week we'll hope to get the trifecta. But for now, that about wraps up our reaction to the games that have finished. Stay tuned for our next video. We're gonna go over the Joe Burrow injury, and maybe the Bengals outlook a little bit, and we'll also dive into the number one seeds in the AFC NFC conferences, just who we think is gonna end up with it, or just how it'll play out. So stay tuned for those videos, and until next time, shoots.